Hi everyone, welcome to GTO Charts, and in this video I am going to go through some statistics of mine in my Holdem Manager 3 database and check out some mistakes I'm making. I'm sure there's plenty, and I'm calling this a leak finder video. So in front of you at the moment you see 15,000 or 14,000 and a bit hands on 5 cent, 10 cent PLO Russian cash, and as you can see I am just winning a little bit. And also what you notice is my red line going down here sort of was reasonably okay here, so went a little bit off on the aggression it seems. So I'm going to try and fix that up so we can find out what's going on using Holdem Manager 3 and also PLO Genius to go through and see what we should be doing. Or we go through some hand histories. Okay, so I decided to break this down. I've made this pre-flop filter where it's called Position Leak Finder, and it has position obviously, and you can see I paid about 2,500 hands in each position, and notice that on the button where we are making money, $135, but the important thing is, well, it's BB, but we haven't got that visible. We can see we're making fairly substantial money there for 5 cent, 10 cent on the button, so that's good. And our VPIP's 48, 29, and 3-bet close to 6, and so on and so forth. And you'll see the graph on the right. This is for the button. You can see that it is on the way it's winning, obviously, but more importantly, this red line is pretty even, meaning I'm maintaining a reasonable degree of aggression, it seems, which would mean, well, pre-flop, a lot of 3-betting, possibly. Now, the other thing to notice is then when we get away from the button, the cutoff specifically is looking pretty average. And we only made $12, and look at the graph, it's sort of break even-ish with a, $12, and then aggression seems to be down on that. The MP seems reasonable. If you look at the graph and the amount of money, and early position we're making more than we are in the cutoff, which is weird. And again, aggression's up there, which again is interesting. And in the big blind and the small blind, you're supposed to lose. I'm not going to, well, we'll have a look at the stats on this. We'll pull in some stats now of what I should be doing, like the pre-flop frequencies. And I pull over this. This is the chart I got off the internet, and as far as I can tell, it's pretty close to correct for low stakes. So it's called the pre-flop frequencies cheat sheet for low stakes. And we're just going to concentrate on the cutoff for the moment. So if you look at the cutoff and line it up with my statistics here, yeah, our raise first in the cutoff, being the PFR, is 21. And if we look at the frequencies of what it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be 29, which is not quite good enough. And more importantly, the statistic sort of stands out to me is I look at cold calling. So cut off again versus an early position or a middle position. It's pretty much the same. Let's say around about 6% should be cold calling. And if we look at our cold calling, it's 21%. We are cold calling when either the early position being under the gun or the middle position opens. And that's way, way too much. And then take it a bit further and we look at 3-bet, and we should be 3-betting 5 and 6, 5.5 and 6, close enough again to 6. And I am 3-betting, well, that's in position, no, 3-betting, well, has to be in position, 7%. So probably 3-betting too much, which I wouldn't think I was doing. But yeah, definitely cold calling too much is the problem. So let's have a look down below here. So if we highlight up here the cutoff and see our graph on the right again, where we're just sort of breaking even, and down here are all the hands. The last, let's make it 10,000, and so which will be enough to cover the 2,500. And let's go for the pre-flop line of C for cold call. Okay, so all these hands we cold call. And the other thing to take note of is the stack size. We're going to try and keep the stack size to 100, just for simplicity. So when we look at PLO Genius, we can just have the one sim of 100 BB. So I'm just going to take the first, I don't know, half dozen of these and see whether cold calling was really a good idea. Maybe we'll take the ones where we lost money. Well, it doesn't really matter, I think. All right, so let's go with this ace queen 9-4, and what I might do is just pick them, those hands. What I might do is what I've just gone and done, I should say, is I went through and picked all the hands that around about 100 BB. And the other thing, I didn't pick any that, for instance, had 2 limpers in front. Made sure there was a razor, and we cold call. And I'm going to bring that up now in the hand replayer, and then map that over to PLO Genius and see how many of these were just terrible plays. Okay, so what I decided to do, I changed my mind. I was going to bring up the hand histories and go through the hands, but I thought it was a better idea just to cut and paste the hands, because that's what we're interested in. We're not actually interested in how the hand played out, just the cutoff cold calling range. And here is 12 hands, which should give us an idea. Looking at some of those already, to me, look bad. And the first one, which seemed to look okay, is ace of clubs, 4 of clubs, queen of spades, 9 of clubs. So pretty much 3 clubs and a spade. Pretty much tri-suited. But as you can see on the left, it doesn't really matter. Anything ace, queen, 9, 4 is pretty much a fold 100% of the time. So that is completely wrong. And let's look at the next one. The next one is 5, 6, Jack 8, double suited. Doesn't matter that it's diamonds or hearts, but the fact that it's double suited. And as we see, it is in fact a 3-bet. And that's because it's double suited and all pretty close to each other, give or take. So that's completely wrong again. We should have 3-bet that. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next one is king 9, 10, 10, double suited. And we got this one right. It is in fact a cold call. So we have 1 out of 3. the next one, which looks a bit like when I look at that now, I think that's just a straight out fold. But let's check it. And yes, as I predicted, it's definitely a fold. Anything kicks king 6, 5, 2, any combo of that, doesn't matter if it's double suited even. You should just ditch that and not cold call. So a clear pattern seems to be emerging that, well, we sort of knew that, but looking at the stats previously, that we're cold calling way too much in the cutoff when we're raised earlier by either the under the gun or middle position. Let's continue on. The next one looks like it is. Let's try and see if we can guess what we should do before I look. Well, in the game, I know I cold called, but looking at this now, I just feel like I would still cold call because of the kings and not good enough to 3-bet. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a fold, but let's have a look. Okay, and as I predicted, or semi-predicted, it is a fold. And let's try and line it up. It's the king and queen are suited, and the other, and king and 6 are not, are different suits. Is that correct? Yes, it is. And that's a fold. A call if it was double suited. So again, and that's thinking back on the way I play. That's a huge leak in my game. I mean, and I suspect in a lot of people's games, especially at low stakes, you see a pair of kings, and who wants to get rid of a pair of kings when you could be in position if you're flat? But if you want to improve, play GTO and listen to PLO Genius. Ditch it unless it's a double suitor. Okay, so I think I've got 1 out of 5 correct, which is, well, I want to say bad, but it's good that I picked up and sort of now realize what I'm doing. So with that in mind, I assume that this one, because it's double suited, but the 2 is lower than the 6, obviously. So I'm predicting that this one will be a cold call. Let's have a look. Okay, and luckily I'm correct. That one is, as you can see, a call. Any other combo of king, king, and 8-2 is a fold, which we sort of learnt in the last hand. And this one looks interesting. So hand 7. So we've got, well, yeah, we got that right in game. So we've got 2 out of 6. This one looks, again, to me, I'm going for the cold call with that, but yeah, I think it's got to be a cold call. But let's have a look. Nope, wrong again. So if it's double suited, definitely it's a call, and anything else, ditch it. So our queen 10, 7, queen. Now we'll look at it. It looks pretty obvious that there's only one suit there. I mean, it's tri-suited, but in the queen and 10 are suited to each other, and the other 2 aren't. So it's all looking pretty ugly when you know the answer. And with that in mind, I'm predicting that one's going to be a fold, but again, let's have a look. So that was wrong. Have we got 2 out of 7, I think, or thereabouts? Okay, nope. It looks like with that combo, with the ace different suit to the other 3, which would line up where this one, it's a fold. And again, it's the double suitedness that's important. And that's getting up towards the, they're all starting a bit connected there. So I guess that's the secret. It seems that double suitedness, non-connected, maybe calling. This is simplifying it a lot, obviously, but double suited, connected, yeah, definitely, start thinking about 3-betting. Okay, I am going to predict that this was definitely should have been a fold. For sure, 10-7, queen, queen. Let's have a look. Yep, it's fold. As you can see here, the queen and 10 are suited. The others aren't. It's a fold, and all those are a fold. And the only one again, surprise, surprise, is we call with the double suited. Now, interestingly, I want to just play around here and let's see how we could get that to. Where's the inflection point where that is going to be a 3-bet? Be interesting to look. I would predict if we were to change that 7 to a 9 maybe. Oh, it's all starting to look a bit more connected. Yep. So that is a 3-bet, and well, the double suited one is, but then even the non-double suited, some of those are starting to be calls because of the connectedness. And okay, so that's interesting. Alrighty, let's have a look at another one. And where are we? Well, that was what's that one? This one would be, so I'm looking at number 10 here now, and 5, 6, 8 queen double suited, thinking definitely not folding, and not sure, getting close to a 3-bet, but probably not. Let's have a look. Yep, so it looks like that one should have been a 3-bet, and I cold called another one wrong. And looking at the final two, I am predicting that they both should be folds. But let's have a look, see if I'm right, and I cold call with those. And yep, any combo of the 9-8, 9-4 is a fold. Even double suited doesn't matter because of that dangly 4. And again, this one pretty much going to be the same result. One would assume. Actually, it is pretty, is it? I think it's the same, yeah. Oh no, it's got 8, 9, 7. Okay, we need to change that. And yep, there it is. It's fold. So I think I only got, I'm not sure, I can't remember, but let's say 2 out of 12. 2, 2, 2, maybe 3. I don't know. Nevertheless, big lesson learnt from me on this. It is cold calling from the cutoff way too much. And whoops. Okay, so the next thing that I would do now, which I'm going to do, is seeing I suck at playing the cutoff after someone's raised, I will go and train. And all we need to do, you have this MP raising and the cutoff, yeah, well, just the cutoff set up there to make a decision. One thing to note here, on all these examples, I put in the middle position, but I mean, it could have been under the gun opening from my stats, but it seemed to be pretty close. But yeah, maybe you should double check if you don't take it for gospel, but I think it's going to be pretty close. All right, let's click on the train. And okay, so I think we would actually have to set up a custom trainer to pick the spot that the cutoff. So let me try and pre-configure that. and come back. And actually, let's just try and work it out. On the fly, it looks like it's set up already because of this scenario that I had when we were looking at the, when we're in the study mode. And it is positions cut off. It's the starting spot is MP raises, and it's a cut-off's turn. Hands, let's go random rather than not easy. And feedback after a mistake would be good. And we really don't want multi-street. One street will do because we don't care about the flop and stuff. We just want to get our cold calling range practice in, and we can show cards at the end. No, it doesn't matter what they have. So let's go for that and start training. Okay. Now, with all we have learnt in my previous examples, this will be a fold because it's looking pretty ugly. It's not double suited, so hopefully we are correct. Okay, now let's skip to the next one, and it hasn't come up as an error because we clicked on only tell us when we make a mistake. And over here on the left, you can see we've got 1 out of 1. And again, to me, that's another fold. Correct, and another fold. Mono, we never got to mono boards, did we? And I am a little confused a lot when monos come up, so I probably fold them a lot, which was correct. Correct. Yeah, well, it just seems like folding is the correct answer most of the time. This is, I think this is going to be a fold because that 2 is just so, although, I'm going to call, but not surprised if it's a fold. No, I'm going to fold. Yep, and we got it right. Okay. Again, no double suitedness, fold. It'd be nice to get one where we actually should call. Maybe go back and do a harder level. What do we do here? I'm going to call and get it wrong. I was going to fold, but I just wanted to see that come up. That's my excuse. Okay. A call possibly because it's pretty connected and it's double suited, so call. No, still a fold. Okay. So if I just was to click fold here all the time, I think I'm going to go pretty well. So what I'm going to do, you'd expect this one to be a call, surely. Although, no, I guess not, because we looked at stuff where it had queens and kings, and if it wasn't double suited, it was a fold. So it is a fold. We did learn something. And what I'm going to do is go back and go for the hard option, which hopefully will give us some spots that are a bit closer. This one. Yep, fold, fold, fold. Okay, let's go back and change it. Okay, I have set it to, there we go. So I set it to not easy, which now is giving us some more marginal decisions, which we got wrong. So that one was a call, and we folded, click fold. And is that the same hand? No, it's gone through it. Okay. King, King, 9-2 in the past, we would have called that and hoped to flop a set, but we now know better. We're going to fold, and here I'm thinking, is it a 3-bet? Possibly if it was double suited, but I just don't think I can fold it. But It is. That 6 is, wow, so that's a raise. Okay, that's interesting. So let's go and have a look at that in study mode. So what you can do is check in study, just click there, comes up. Now I'd like to give you some more insight into this, but I'm not 100% sure why. I would just expect that, I mean, double suited is a raise every time, but at the other one, okay, that was a surprising one for me. Go back and looks like it gives us another chance. So we raise and get the correct decision. And oh, that is definitely not a fold. And it was a raise, okay. That's close to call. Yep. That 4's just too dangly for me, so I'm going to fold it. Another correct decision. This one definitely looks like it's definitely not a fold. Call. Let's keep going till we get one wrong, but shouldn't be that far off. Like there. Okay, fold. All right, so we got 22 out of 28, which is not too shabby compared to when I looked at my stats before. But as you can see, if you combine Holdem Manager 3 or for that, or any other hand history like PT4, so on and so forth, and or you could even just look at your poker site and grab history from there. But I recommend Holdem Manager 3. I think it's pretty cool, and this is pretty easy to set up and pretty easy to find my leaks. So I recommend that you can do the same. I might actually, if I work out how to do it, put this position leak finder at the bottom of the video for those people who have HM3. If I guess I just saved the report. If I work it out, I will put it at the bottom of the YouTube video. Also, check out other links for discount to poker PLO Genius and also for Holdem Manager 3. And I hope you enjoyed that video. I enjoyed making it because I realized there's huge leak in my game from the cutoff, and I assume probably from the button too, that I'm cold calling too much. And dare I say middle position, but we might have a look at those in another video. But for the time being, hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. And if you liked it, please tell me if you like this format, and or any other videos you want me to make. And all comments welcome. And thanks for watching.